Today we're diving deep into the neon-soaked conspiracy of why Vice City should have no power at all, yet it magically stays as bright as the sun in certain areas. Welcome to the investigation that no one asked for, but everyone needs. The first thing we need to do is a little bit of an electricity lesson really fast, just so you kind of understand what's going on here. Power and energy is created at some sort of source, whether it's a windmill like this one, or it could be solar, nuclear, whatever sort of power. It's created somewhere and then it's sent to a transformer at a transmission level like this, and then the voltage is dropped. Then it gets transported to another transformer at a distribution transformer, and the voltage gets lowered even more. And then it goes to a transformer in front of your house where the voltage is lowered one more time before being delivered to your home. And that's how power works. If you don't have one of these things, there is no possible way you could have power at your house. So let's start out with this. I know all this stuff because this is what I do for a living during the day. I manage an electrical grid. Now, we already went over the graph on how electricity basically gets from one point to another. We already went over that. So now that we have that info, let's dive in here. So I can accept that there's no transmission lines or transmission transformers anywhere to be found. But the one thing that we can see is that throughout the areas in the game, the power lines do not connect to anywhere. They just randomly, in certain areas, start and they just go a little ways and then they just stop. So this is kind of a web down here, but all in all, they just go and they stop somewhere. I have scoured the city looking for anything other than what we're seeing here. Just basic power lines that just kind of go and then they eventually stop. Stops right there. It goes and it stops right there. Now, there's a lot of places in the city that do that. There's another one over here, and then it just kind of does the same thing. And then in these back alleys, kind of same thing. Power just stops at some point. There's also areas where there's no power at all. So once we get up here north of the Malibu Club, at least on this side of everything, there's actually no power lines at all. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what about underground power? It's a very good question. The problem with that is as we drive around and go around to places in Vice City, we would see little green boxes like this one here alongside of these houses, either out in front of them, in the alleys besides them, behind the house, anywhere, but they do not exist. And furthermore, we would see these are called switch cans. You would find these kind of similarly out on street corners, maybe just recessed off the street, and this is where the underground cables basically junction to make it to where if a cable goes bad, it's more segmented and you can, make repairs and all that sort of stuff more easy. It gets a lot more technical than that, but that's the basics. And as we fly through Vice City, we would see some of those, and we see none of them. Now, let's get into why there is no power. Well, it's pretty simple. There is not a single substation in the entire game. This is what a substation kind of would look like. But if there's no substation, there's no way for the transmission lines that we talked about earlier to get the proper voltage to go to all of these neon lights that you see going down the line here on one of the main roads would not be on, and therefore Vice City would not have any power at all. If you enjoyed this breakdown of video game nonsense, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe for more GTA deep dives. And if you have an idea for a logic gap in a video game, let me know in the comments down below and I'll try to get to it. Until then, stay powered up, even if Vice City technically can't. We'll catch you in the next one.